preparation, right? So as per our this one, uh, now we are good with all the almost all the phases of our STLC, right? So we have completed our requirement analysis. We have completed test planning, requirement analysis. We have gone through the FRS document, and we have completed the test planning also. We have prepared the test planning document, and from there on, um, behind the test cases, test designing section is there. So then we have set up the, and now the remaining thing is test execution part. So we need to do test execution. So for test execution, what we need to do? So basically, see, test execution mean uh, test execution bug reporting is both are left for now for us. So test execution means first we have completed test cases, right? Test cases are what are the inputs of test cases? I mean, for test execution, what are the entry criteria for test execution?
Yeah,
Test
test cases.
test
Cases.
plan cases should be designed. Test cases should be designed.
Okay. Okay. So entry criteria one is test cases uh, reviewed and approved. Next, second one, what should be? What is the second one?
Test data preparation.
Okay. Build, build from dev team. Build from dev team. Third step is deployment. Deployment of deploy the build in QA environment. Okay. So deploy the build in QA environment means, see, this is a test environment setup. So the test environment setup is called as deploy the build in QA environment. Okay. Next one, release notes. Fourth one will be the release notes. Release notes is nothing but when the developer gives us the build to test, okay, this along with the build, they send us some notes in the form of email or in a Word document, like what are the new functionalities they have added and what are the fixes available, means what are the defects they have fixed earlier, and how to install the build, installation and deployment steps they will send to us, how to install that build they have provided. So these are all the entry criteria for our test execution part. Okay, now, nice, very good. Now we have all the things. So what to do now? Testing should be done. So how? Release notes. Right. So now test phases. What we need to do when the build is ready for us. First, we need to do smoke test and sanity test. Okay, test phases. First one what we do is smoke test and sanity test. Smoke and sanity test. Okay. What we do in smoke and sanity test? What we do in smoke and sanity test? Anyone?
So we check the high level functionality.
Okay, very good. More.
Check the build is stable or not.
Good. So first we will do testing they build installation, and stability of the build, okay. So this is called a smoke test, right? Stability of the build or stability of the application, we can say anything. So smoke and sanity test. This is smoke test. Okay. So when if there are any failures in the installation, or if the application is not stable, then we call it as a S1 severe or high level issue. So it would be a critical bug or a showstopper. We can call it as showstopper or blocker. Okay. Okay, this is what we do in smoke test. Okay, clear? This is called as we can say that S1 things as showstopper or blockers. And uh, when we check whether basic functionalities are working or not, basic functionalities are working or not, then that is called smoke sanity test. Okay. So in the sanity test, what all we verify is whether the pages are displaying properly or not. Okay. Um, pages are displaying or not, means like all the pages related to uh, the application they are displaying correctly or not. Login issues, are there any login issues are there or not, is working or not. uh, Whether all the elements are displayed or not. So this is called a sanity test. So in sanity test, we do whether the functionality is working or not, whether the page is displayed or not, whether the login issues are there, any elements are displayed or not. So we verify all these things. So for this sanity test, there is one more name called as BVT or Build Verification Test, or we can call it the shakedown test. Okay, shakedown test, build verification test or shakedown test. Shakedown test means, see, whenever you buy a drink or a medicine tonic, so you do it one shake well before use. There will be there. Means before using, we need to what verify whether everything is good or not. Like all things should are mixed properly or not inside the bottle. So that is called shake. That is only here also. Shake means just we once go through our application completely. Okay, from starting to end, we just on our build, we'll verify it whether it is working or not. So that is called shakedown test. Okay, so now we are good at these. So now what left is, now we need to do functional testing. So our testing is the main criteria. See, testing here, what are the different types of tests we need to do? One test is progression testing. Progression testing. And the other one, what we do is regression testing. And the third one is retesting. So, Koti, this is what you were asking earlier. So, these three terms we use regularly in our testing functionalities, testing process. Okay, progression
Yeah.
testing, regression testing, retesting. Most of the time we use this one. So, what is progression testing? Progression testing is nothing but it is a general testing of the function, testing of the application. Whatever we do testing on an application, so that is called as progression testing. Okay. normal execution, like we go to the this one. So we go to the application, we take first one, login functionality, we verify them. Okay, so this the functionality what we do from starting from test case ID number one to test case last test case ID, whatever we do, that is called as progression testing. Okay, so what is regression testing? Regression testing is nothing but whenever you develop a whenever you test a build, and whenever you find an issue in a build and you feel that there is a dependent on this build, means say login functionality is there. Login, for example, in our my info page there is a personal details page and there is a dashboard is there, or some other another emergency contacts page is there. So if the emergency contacts page is a dependent on personal details page, if it is dependent, then what you do, you do testing from login. So you logged a bug in the emergency contact page. So what you do testing from login page to, you log in, you go to personal details page, then you come to emergency details page, and you do emergency details page also testing. So doing covering all the things, all the dependent things is called as a regression testing. Whereas retesting means when we do testing on a particular defect, that is, if you have logged a defect on emergency contacts, you do testing on emergency contacts only. You don't go out of that box and test. So that is called as retesting. So progression testing, regression testing, retesting. Okay. So here what happens is, for this functional testing, we do multiple cycles. Multiple cycles of testing is required for this one. Means like say regression, there will be multiple builds. When each build comes, you go to front and back. You go to front and back and come and do testing. Okay, so that is multiple cycles. Okay, now what we need to do, so everything is ready. We need to do test execution. Okay, so for us, so this is the test cases are there, test scenarios. So what we do is like, 1 second. Okay, okay. So see, for this test scenarios and test cases, before that we need to insert one more. We'll insert one more worksheet. Okay. So what this worksheet is, uh, okay. So we will prepare one, what we say, one version control of our this one. See, now we have written the test scenarios and test cases, right? So for this test scenarios and test cases one, we prepare one version control like this. So we'll write the details here. Project name. So what is the project name, and on what module we are working. Who prepared this one? Prepared by. Okay, version number. Okay. So what is the project name? Orange HRM. Okay, on what module we are working? So on what module this test cases and test scenarios what we have prepared is for, that is my info. So who prepared this test scenarios and test cases? It's myself. So my name. Okay, version number. So the version what we prepared is v 1.0. So what will be there here? It is an initial draft. Okay, initial draft of the version. Next V2, V2.0. What you have added? Added some more new functionalities, new test cases, some more new test cases, added some more new test cases, updated some test cases according to the inputs provided. Okay. So this is how you okay. So when you go for version week, this one you add the same thing here also. Okay. Next, reviewed by who reviewed this one? So reviewed by names of whoever reviewed this one, like product managers or developers. If developers reviews developers, QA team review QA. So this what is called, this is version control. This is called as version control. We will maintain this version control. See, in practically test cases and test scenarios, if there are 10 members in a team, and if each person has written some take like if each person has written if each, if each person has written some 30 test scenarios, and for each test scenario we consider two test cases are there, so 60 test cases, so 30 scenarios, 60 test cases each person has written, so 10 members means 300 scenarios, 600 test cases. So is it possible for a team leader, team manager to verify all those things and review all those things and give the approval? It is very tough time. So what they do is cross team members will do, means like Koti's test cases will be reviewed by Ammar's test cases will be reviewed by myself, my test cases are reviewed by some other person. So within the team only, we will do the review, and we will, if we find out any issues, we will report to our team members. Like if you missed this one, you have need to update this one, like that you update to your team member. So your team member will do the updates after your reviews. Then test manager or team lead, what he will do, he will just have a rough look. He will pick up here and there one or two, and he will just uh, he will just approve it. So you don't verify all the things practically. Okay. So this is version control. Now test scenarios are ready, test cases are ready. So we are ready to go for test execution. So for going for test execution, what we need to do is we need to save this one as a test execution report. So we need to prepare one test execution report and one bug report, right? So for that, what we do is like this one only. Okay. So for a test execution report, you don't have this version control. Version control is not required. Yeah. So this one is not required. Okay. Now we have test scenarios, we have test cases. Okay. What we do? So the difference is now we start testing. We go to the application. So what is our first one? Login. So we go to our application. Okay. So see, our first step is we need to log in with uh, see, first scenario test case ID for this test execution. We need to have all this test case IDs and all these things, right? We have learned earlier in earlier classes. So first scenario is ESS user login. So now you need to log into the application as a ESS user, right? So what you do, you verify ESS user uh, can log in with valid username and password. So now what we are doing, we are going with the valid username and password. So now I have taken the URL. See here in this application, for creating a user ID, you need to first enter into login as a you need to log in as an admin user ID. Okay, here they are given the admin user IDs. So what you need to do is you need to log in as an admin user ID, and you need to go to user management, users, under user management, pick any user. Okay, pick any user. Pick any ESS user. Okay, click on edit. You change the username as something. Okay, test or test execution. Okay, change the password. Change the password, save it. Okay, see, the prerequisition for this application entry is, what are the prerequisitions? Prerequisitions means what we require before starting our test execution. We need to have, see, somebody can say that as we need to log in with admin user, and we need to have create a profile. Those are not required for us. Business people or our team lead or business analyst, they should provide a user ID and password of ESS user. That's it. We don't mind of having a admin user logging into these things and creating a user ID. Okay. The prerequisition for logging into the application is we need to have a valid username and password. ESS username and password. Right? Clear? So when you practice, see, you go with the admin user ID and password. Initially, go to users, select anyone employee, ESS employee here. Okay, anyone employee. Click on edit button. You give one username. You click this checkbox. Give one password. Save it, and you log out of the application. Okay. Now we need to enter as a ESS user, right? So now I'm entering. See, what is that? You follow the test steps as you have written. Enter valid username, enter valid password, click on login button. Okay, so now I'm clicking on login button. Yes. So I have logged in. So now what I'm seeing? Dashboard. Okay. But what is our this one? ESS user should be able to log in successfully. Yes, he has been logged in. ESS user should be able to view personal details screen under My Info tab. So first one, when we log in, we need to see personal details tab screen under my info tab. But what we are seeing?
So dashboard.
Dashboard we are seeing. So what is this one? So what is the actual result we can write here? So the actual result what we can write here is ESS user is viewing or seeing dashboard instead of personal details screen under my info tab. Okay, so this test case is fail. Okay, so this test case is fail. If you can add one more section as comments section. Okay, if you want to add any comments, you can add here. Okay, so this test case is fail. But so this test case is failed. Now what we need to do? So here test scenarios is also not required for our test execution part. Okay, only test cases is required. Okay, leave it. So now test scenarios are there. So one we have found
Bug.
one bug, right? Starting we have found one. So we need to prepare a bug report for this. Okay, what are the items would be in bug report? Okay, we'll see how to write a bug report. One thing is, see, in practically you need to maintain screenshots for each and everything. Don't forget to uh, maintain screenshots. Okay, for everything, whatever testing you do, you have to maintain a screenshots. Okay. Yeah. So see here, we need to create one bug ID. We need to create enter bug ID, module name, build number. So build number is a mandatory one. So description of the bug what we have found. Test case ID, under which test case ID we have been reporting. What are the steps to reproduce the bug? So how do we got that bug? Huh? So we need to show that steps here. Screenshot. Okay, we need to take one screenshot. Severity, priority. So what is the severity of this bug? Both of you, anyone? What is the severity of the bug? So now, is this any showstopper? This bug means are we unable to work on the application, or nothing is working? Any failures? The system is getting crashed or what? No, right? We can do all other things, right? We can go to my info tab. You can see the personal details page. Okay, right? So it means this is not a bug. This is not a very severe bug. It is a bug, but this is not a very severe bug. So what we do is this is a S3 bug, S3 P3, low severity, low priority. So we write the bug ID ORHRM. So they will give the IDs numbers. How we need to write module name, under which module we have written build number. Build number is a mandatory field for writing a test defects, because under which build this defect has been found, they need to understand. After that, description is displayed after login successfully instead of my info page. Okay, then test case ID. So steps, how we have reproduced these steps. Okay, and then screenshot. So how do you take screenshot is you go to you will have a snippet tool. Snipping tool will be there in your application in your laptop. You can select the snipping tool. Okay, click on new. So see, you open the application, go to snipping tool, click on new. Okay, you select like this wherever you want to take, and you copy that one, and you go to the application and just paste it there and reduce the size. So this is one method you can keep directly here. And the other method is like you can go take a word document and paste it in the word document and write their details how you have entered there. Okay, that is one. Okay, so you can take the screenshot and attach it. So remaining who reported by who to whom we have assigned resolutions. Resolution, these are run by developers. So what is the resolution means? They have accepted the step. What is the status means? If they have started working on it, they'll keep in progress. If it is not, they have not yet started, they'll keep it in open stage. Okay. So this is a bug report, what you report. In the same way, you go with another test scenario. So username, valid username and invalid password. So now what I go to the application, I go to logout. Okay, so valid username. I'll enter my valid username and valid password, invalid password. So I do something and I try to enter. So it is showing as invalid credentials. So what is this? We have given valid password. So they are showing as error was should be less invalid password, but it is showing as invalid credentials. So both are fine, right? Invalid credentials or invalid password is same, right? Unless we are not logging in, so that doesn't make much difference. So this test case is pass. Okay, next in the same way we go with next test case, uh, invalid username and valid password. Okay, see, when you have got a good experience on the application, you don't go to the test cases each and every time. Okay, so now you know, right? So we need to verify what all you need to verify, like valid password, invalid password, valid invalid password, invalid username. So you don't go to test case all the time. You do the testing. So okay, now I have given invalid username and valid password. Again, invalid credentials. Now I'll be giving both invalid username and invalid password, and I'll try to log in. So again, invalid credentials. Yes. So all the functionalities are passed. So you go there, you mark them as pass. Okay. So this is how you do testing on an application. So second one, next one you are going is next test case, ESS user can view personal details. So what is this scenario? This is next was a test case. ESS user is able to view personal details. So here login with the valid username and password. Click on My Info tab and see. Click on personal details screen. So now you go to you log in with the valid username. Okay, so click on My Info tab. User should be able to see the personal details tab. Okay, right now he is seeing personal details, right? So this test case is also passed. User should be able to view the personal details screen. Yes, user is able to view the personal details screen. Test case is passed. So this is how you go through each and every step. So next test case, next scenario is can edit some fields in personal details. So scenarios. Test case title is verify ESS user can edit some personal details. So now you go to the application, you click on edit button, you try to edit something as given there, other IDs, anything. So license expiry date, if you want to select anything, you can select it. So martial status, married, Indian, any nickname, if you have any military services, and you click on save button. Yeah, processing. So it successfully saved. So what is the output here? This is expected result. So what is the actual result? User is able to edit and save some of the fields in personal details screen, right? So this case is passed. Next test case is C. User uh, cannot, next scenario is user cannot edit restricted fields in personal details. So user cannot edit the restricted fields. So what are those restricted fields is employee ID, SSN number, SIN number, driving license number. So what you go to this one, you click on edit button. So see here, you are seeing this edit employee ID, driving license number, SSN number. These are all disabled, right? So you are unable to edit this one. You try to edit this one, nothing will happen. So this means you are unable to edit the restricted fields. So this test case is also passed, right? So next one, when you come to this photograph section, see there are multiple images scenarios are there. So what you do, you here as per this test scenario test case, what is there? You go to my info tab, click on photograph at corner of the screen, click on browse. So you click on the photograph. See here in test case you have written browse. Here in application it is choose file. So both are same, right? Doesn't make much difference. Okay. So you select one picture, you select the choose file. So here one thing, one exe file is there. I'll try to upload that exe file and see. Okay, file to save type not allowed. So this last one exe fail. This is not failing, right? Failed, right? So means this test case is passed. Exe related test case is passed. Now what we'll do? We'll select one more photograph. I'll select this JPG image and I'll try to upload. Yeah, successfully uploaded, right? So this is less than 1 MB, 1 MB size. So it has uploaded. In the same way, you need to verify, you need to check all the variations what we have done. We'll try to upload one document, Word document, and we'll see whether it is uploading or not. File to file failed to save. Okay, it is not uploading. So this is also passed. In this way, you need to do test execution and make things pass. Okay. So if you have any issues, any comments or anything you want to update to the business or your lead, you can write in the comment section. Instead of browser, it is displaying as choose file. Is that fine? You will write a question. Okay. Then they will execute. They will update you the information like whether it is required or not required. Okay, clear? Any questions? Amar and Koti?
Yeah, it's clear.
I'll send you the links of this one. Okay. You write test cases,
Okay.
test scenarios, and let me know. Check me. If possible, in this weekend we'll have class, or else on Monday. From Monday onwards, I will start agile methodologies. Okay.
Okay.
Amar, clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So please write test cases. Okay. Don't neglect. If you want any review of whatever we have learned till now, I will have a class in weekend. Okay.